This I wanna nail sports to the bone. Top blogger, top YouTube channel. No matter which sports, here we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
What's up, my wonderful peeps? Sports to the bone here again, man. Shout out to all the viewers, subscribers, and the followers. Big up on yourself. Alright, my viewers and subscribers. So today I have a special one for you guys. I decided that I was going to start a roll back the years, roll back the curtains, go down in memory lane. So I am going to be giving you guys, or I'm going to be reminding you guys of what the squad, the West Indies squad actually looks like in the first World Cup that I can clearly remember. No, I would have seen that World Cup in '99, but I won't be able to readily recall everything that happened. But that one in 2003, I'm sort of able to remember clearly the players that were in that squad and things like that. So I'm just going to be taking a look at the squad, and I am going to be looking at some of the players that were considered to be important members of that squad in 2003. So just bear with me as I go through this squad. Now, the first person on the list that I can recall, would have been Carl Hooper. And I would have done videos about Carl Hooper on this channel here. If you sift through the videos, you would probably see a video. I don't remember the title. I think I called it Did Carl Hooper Fulfill His Potential or something like that. But Carl Hooper was a mainstay in the team at that point in time. We also have Shivnarine Chanderpaul, aka the Tiger, and we all know how well Shivnarine Chanderpaul would have done for West Indies throughout the years. And in my era, Chanderpaul is somebody that a lot of youngsters would have grown up watching. A very hard man to dig out. Once he goes in and gets himself in, very hard to dig him out. So Shivnarine Chanderpaul, the Tiger from Guyana, was there in that squad in 2003. Not only there in the squad, but he would be considered to be somebody that was very important to that squad back then, because he was there to hold the middle order together and things like that. So Shivnarine Chanderpaul was there, and you guys will recall that at one point in time Shivnarine Chanderpaul used to open in ODI cricket and thing. So Shivnarine Chanderpaul, Carl Hooper kicks off the list. Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers. So going down into that squad, we have Pedro Collins. Yeah, man, the left armer pace bowler that we had that was capable of moving the ball up and down and all of that. So Pedro Collins, once again, I would have also done a video on Pedro Collins on the channel here, talking about how well we you guys remember Pedro Collins. He was there, one of the few left arm pace bowlers that we would have produced. Didn't last for very long because of injuries, but he went on to be very key for us, in different times as we came throughout the 2000s. So Pedro Collins was there as a left arm seam bowler, young cricketer. We also had Corey Collymore, another bowler that I would have done videos on, a video on here on the channel. Yeah, man, somebody that sort of had a mix action, or a semi-open action, if you will. He was there, somebody that was you could say was a mainstay in the bowling attack then, but because of injuries he was in and out. And you will recall that Ambrose and Walsh would have left the team in '99 and 2000. So we're sort of still trying to to feel our way out as regards to pace bowlers. So Corey Collymore was there for us, but the Barbadian. We also had Mervyn Dylan, another pace bowler from out of Trinidad. Somebody that bowled with relatively good pace. He wasn't the quickest bowler that you could find, but he really stopped a gap. I remember even seeing Mervyn. You see, watching Mervyn Dylan with a bat in hand, Mervyn Dylan and Courtney Walsh, is something else. I can remember Mervyn Dylan doing some batting for us, and man, it was a sight to behold. But he was there primarily as a bowler, and he did some work for us with the ball. So Mervyn Dylan was also a member of that squad in 2003 for that World Cup that I can clearly remember. That's my first World Cup, as I said, that I could clearly remember things. I would have seen in '99, but won't be able to recall everything. So Mervyn Dylan. We also had Vasper Jakes. Somebody that I didn't really see a lot of him, so I guess he was sort of coming to the end part of his career when, you know, in the early to mid 2000s, or he was in and out of a team. Probably was in his 30s by this, early 30s. So you know, I didn't really get to see much of him, but he was there in that squad. Yeah, man. I remember the other day when I did the top 10 pace bowlers since Curtly Ambrose and Courtney Walsh. Somebody had indicated, you know, to me that, boy, I should have put Vasper Jakes in it, but based on his numbers, he didn't make that top 10. But here he goes. He was a member of that 2003 World Cup squad that I can clearly remember as my first World Cup. We also had a couple of Jamaicans in that squad. Christopher Henry Gill, the universe boss, you know, man that goes by so many different names. So Christopher Henry Gill was there, you know, a young cricketer at that time that was coming through, was fairly well known by this, you know, opening batsman and thing. He was there. We all know how successful Chris Gill would have has gone on to be. Who knew that, boy, you know, this man would have gone on to be the greatest to ever play the T20 format of the game. And I don't want people to get it to misunderstand. You know. Please remember that Chris Gill would have done his due diligence where Test cricket is concerned. I think he has a couple of triple centuries, and you know, we're talking about a man that would have scored a couple of centuries also in ODI cricket. So it's not like, say, boy, is one of those guys that would have gone out there and just hit ball all over the place. This is somebody that would have been very accomplished in Test cricket and in ODI cricket. It's just that he is now focusing on you know, the shorter format of the game, which is T20 and, you know, T10. So shout out to Christopher Henry Gill. We also had another Jamaican there, Wavell Hines. Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, Wavell Hines. Some people would say that, boy, didn't really live up to expectations, but he really stopped a gap, because I can clearly recall him and Chris Gill opening for us on several occasions in ODI cricket and things. So I think he actually finished with an average of in the mid 30s, maybe 33, 34, when he actually stepped down from international cricket. But Wavell Hines is somebody that was there as regards to that squad back in 2003 in the first World Cup that I can clearly remember. So yeah, man, Wavell Hines, I think he's still involved in cricket. I don't remember if he's the president of WIPA or he had stepped down, but he's there. So I know that he's the person that is running down by Kensington Cricket Club. Yeah, man, I think he's the president down there. I don't think he's the president down there at Kensington Cricket Club. All right, so the next person on the list is Ridley Jacobs. Another man that I would have done a video on here, you know, on this channel about. Don't remember the title of it. I think I was saying in the title was saying that Ridley Jacobs, the man that stood with Brian Lara while he made his 400. Yeah, man, because you will remember that he was there batting with Lara. I think he even got a century in that game. So Ridley Jacobs was our mainstay there as our wicket keeper then. So a man that is famously remembered or known for being run out a lot of times, you know. Wasn't the very best when it comes on to running between the wicket, but he was a very good wicket keeper, and he also did some work for us with the bat. So Ridley Jacobs is somebody that, you know, we will all remember. When I started understanding cricket, Ridley Jacobs was the main wicket keeper. Then came one of my favorite, Dinesh Ramdin. Yeah, man, Dinesh Ramdin. For those on the channel here, you're probably going to be hearing this for the first time. But throughout high school, college, even now, a lot of my friends refer to me by Ramdin. You know, they call me by that name because Ramdin would have been one of the cricketers that I really liked when I was growing up. So yeah, man, Ridley Jacobs was the mainstay back then. After he left, then we had people like Dinesh Ramdin, as I said, Carlton Barr, and a couple more, Chadwick Walton, and, you know, a couple more keepers coming in. But you know, Ridley Jacobs was there for us in 2003. Now the next man, somebody that a lot of us as youngsters would have grown up watching, Brian Charles Lara. Yeah, man. Once you are in your, in your 20s, your 30s, Brian Lara would probably be your hero where cricket is concerned. Yeah, man. We a lot of us we didn't get a chance to see people like Viv Richards, Clive Lloyd, and all of those guys, Greenwich and Ian. So we would have gotten a chance to see people like Shivnarine Shandapal, Brian Lara, and those guys. So yeah, man. Lara was there, somebody that was well established by this in his prime and thing like that. He went on to represent us for quite some time after that World Cup. Think he actually played until about 2007. So yeah, man, Brian Charles Lara was a integral member of that squad back then. The next person we had was Jermaine Larson. Yeah, man, somebody that I would have also done a video on this channel here about a pace bowler that he took a couple of wickets for us, but because of his action, he was back and forth in Australia, trying to fine tune his action and all of that until he was eventually dropped out of the team and just basically faded away. I think the last I heard he was playing cricket over there in America, but Jermaine Larson, somebody that was also a young member of that team. So yeah, man, Jermaine Larson was there. The next person that would have been around was Nixon Mclean, another player that I'm not really, I wouldn't say not too familiar with, but he wasn't a mainstay after that. So not somebody that I would have grown, basically come up watching. So Nixon Mclean would have been there also. Now the next person that I can clearly remember would be Ricardo Poehler. At this time, he was a young cricketer coming through. Ricardo Poehler from over there in Trinidad and Tobago. He was a bit ahead of his time. We're talking about the fact that T20 cricket wasn't very popular back then. But that was a man that played with the intensity as if he was playing T20 cricket. He was able to hit the ball a long way. And he was very sharp in the field. Similarly to how you would see some of these guys behaving now. People like your Bravo, your Pollards, might have not been as prolific as some of these guys. But you could say that boy, as regards to West Indies cricket, he would have been one of our earlier T20 players. Somebody that could hit the ball a far away. Somebody that was very sharp in the field. Picking up ball, running out people and all of that. So Ricardo Poehler was a member of that squad. And I mean, he didn't go on to have a long, fruitful career, but it is what it is. But he was there also. Now the next person would be Marlon Samwells, the man that calls himself a whole lot of different names. Calls himself the batting manual, calls himself the icon, but he was there in that squad as a young cricketer coming through. A young batsman that was being given, he was given a chance. And well, I shouldn't say he was given a chance, showed how talented he was, and he was a member of that team. And we all know how his career went after that. He went on to score a good amount of centuries for us in ODI and Test cricket. He was also very, he played a very important role for us where T20 cricket is concerned. As a matter of fact, in the two T20 World Cups that we would have captured, he actually played a very integral role in those two finals. So shout out to Marlon Samwells, once a dominant cricketer, now a businessman, doing his selling his stuff and all of that. So yeah, man, Marlon Samwells was in that squad of that first World Cup that I can clearly remember. Now, the next person would be a Guyanese, another Guyanese, and we're talking about Sarwan, Rajnari Sarwan. He was a member of that squad also as a young, talented batsman. Somebody that would go on to play loads of cricket for West Indies after that 2003 tournament there. Somebody that we would have grown up seen a lot. Somebody that would have partnered up a lot with people like your Shivnarine and Shandapal, your Lara, your Chris Gill, did a lot of batting with those guys. Was a very very good player actually. Somebody that would come out and he would be very attacking, play shots and thing like that. He wasn't the he was very good at driving the ball. Yeah man, he was actually very good at driving the ball and cutting the ball. I don't know if he was the best as regards to pulling the ball and thing like that, but he really liked to pull and hook after ball, but sometimes it would bring about his demise. But yeah man, Sarwan was there also, so shout out to Shivnari and Shandopal. Hasn't been the most popular person since his retirement from cricket, because of his titles that he's in now, his job titles. Don't want to get into all of that. But he was there. And another player that some people would call him a regional cricket, that was breaking, a regional cricketer, that was breaking through back then, would be Ryan Hines. Yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, Ryan Hines was actually in that squad. Yeah man, he hasn't really gone on to light up the cricketing world as regards to international cricket, but he really, he would have done some work where regional cricket is concerned. He was very successful playing regional cricket. Based on his performances in regional cricket, he would have gotten called up on several occasions to play in West Indies A team and thing like that, but didn't really go over to have this big international career. So Ryan Hines was there also. So yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, I would have seen a lot of clips of the 75-79 World Cup when we were led by Clive Lloyd, Viv Richards, all those great men, but didn't get a chance to see them live. So just giving you guys a quick rundown of the what the squad actually looked like when I first saw the World Cup that I can clearly remember. So those were the guys that were there. People like Carl Hooper, Shanda Paul, as I said, Pedro Collins, Corey Collymore, Mervyn Dylan, Vasper Jakes, Ridley Jacobs, Brian Charles Lara, Jermaine Larson, Nixon Mclean, Ricardo Poehler, Marlon Samwells, Sarwan and Ryan Hines. So that is actually what the squad looked like back then. I don't remember us doing too well in that World Cup. Yeah man, we didn't. I doubt if we made it to the quarterfinals or anything like that. I don't remember us doing too well. My viewers and subscribers will remind me down there in the comment section of how it actually went. But yeah man, my viewers and subscribers, that is how that is what the squad actually looked like in 2003 in the first World Cup that I can clearly recall. So as per usual, you're gonna go ahead down there in the comment section. Let me know the first World Cup team that you would have seen as regards to West Indies cricket. Let me know what you think about mine. Do you remember all of these players and things like that? And just go ahead down there in the comment section and express yourself as regards to the West Indies cricket team. Sports to the bone. Keeping you informed. Please remember to like, share, leave us a comment. If you have not yet subscribed, please remember to subscribe to the channel. I'm out. Big up on yourself.